So, fuck you, trauma. We were talking about trauma this morning and how so many people just believe that you need to dwell in your past to solve your traumas and solve your life. And how much we don't believe in that. Because I believe, I'm going to say I because I'm the one talking, I believe that solving your problems is very simple. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter what problems you have, it doesn't matter what condition you have. The solution is always super simple. And I would love to see anybody who has issues coming to spend some time here with us and go back with the same issues. And the reason is, it's not because we live in Costa Rica and it is amazing, nature is amazing, but it is because we have compounded everything that is needed in your life to feel amazing. You have thriving nature, beautiful nature, not a lot of people, so not a lot of noise, no cars, no noisy environment, no toxicity. Food is great. Food is the best quality you can imagine. This is Costa Rican coffee from the farm, organic, all of that. We got the freshest meat that come from the farm. We have raw milk. We have amazing local fruit. We have good people. We got a lot of love. We laugh. We can always laugh more, but we laugh. We spend our time outside, and we don't spend our time scrolling, you know. And we don't spend our time talking about our problems. We talk about solutions here. I believe in actions, and I said before, and I believe in time. You know, I believe that there is only a certain amount of time you got during your day, and whatever time of that day that you spend talking about your problems, talking about your past, talking about if this shoe could have been this way or could have been that way, or that's delicious. But all the time you spend doing this is time that you don't spend being present and finding solutions to the problems that you have now. Now you're trying to solve problems of the past. And problems of the past are like problems of the future. They're problems of a different timeline. And what you have is what you have now. And what you have now, the problems you have right now requires actions to take right now. So no matter what problems you have right now, you got to take action now. And it's not in your past that you have to solve it. You know, you don't solve your present by going back into the past. I strongly believe that. You have to understand basic needs. You know, you have to understand basic needs. And your basic needs are you need to be well fed, you need to move, you need to be in nature, you need to be in harmony with nature. You need to have love and affection around you. Even though I would argue that it's not necessarily the first thing that you need that can come after, but you need to love for yourself, you know. And so let's start simple. You gotta change your diet. It is not expensive. I don't care where you live. It is not expensive to eat well. Ground beef is gonna be the cheapest meat anywhere you are. Organic ground beef is great. Non-organic ground beef is still better than anything else you have in your fridge right now, probably. In the US, ground beef is about at what's the name of the organic shop, Bebe? What's the name of the organic shop when you in States where we used to go to buy some meat and stuff? Sprouts. So even Sprouts, that is not a cheap place, you have organic grass-fed ground beef for about $8 a pound. You know, bones to make bone broth is extremely cheap. It is the cheapest thing. You just ask the butcher for bones and you make bone broth. You could eat this every single day and get well fed and well nourished for less than $5 a day. I tell you. This is delicious. This is my wife's sexy coffee. Then on top of that you add potatoes, very cheap. Pasta, very cheap. Rice, very cheap. But some fruit, depending on when you are, that might be more expensive, you know. But have some. Just don't eat the exotic, expensive one that probably don't even taste good anyway. Ooh, look at the macaws. They're beautiful. Anyway, this is delicious. Eating healthy is not expensive. It becomes expensive when you start buying expensive stuff, when you start believing that it's all about supplements and the expensive oils. And talking about oils, you can get rid of everything. Ask your butcher for some fat. Extremely cheap. Cut the fat, melt the fat. You got your tallow. You make your food. You make your candles if you want to. You make your skin product. It is amazing. It is the highest quality you can have. Then exercise. You don't need to go to a gym. You don't need anything else but your body, no matter where you are. I could throw a workout right now on this chair. I can just lift here and start doing some dips. I don't need any space to train. You know, you can do this anywhere. You just have to be curious and you have to understand the way your body works and what is efficient. You know, you gotta learn how to train with intensity. So you don't need anything for that. So you have cheap food, you have very cheap and accessible exercise, and you gotta spend time in nature. And guess what? Nature is free. You find the nature around you, and no matter where you live, you gotta find it. Find the trees, find the grass, find the quietness in nature, find the ocean, find the water, find the river, the streams, the waterfalls, whatever. Spend your time looking for it, you know, find the right places. The environment is very important. If you're in toxic environment, it is hard to be healthy. You can still do it, you know. It's still not an excuse. Nothing is an excuse, by the way, because it's so cheap and accessible to be healthy and strong. Nothing is an excuse. And then you gotta stop talking about your problems. You can talk about it, but you gotta stop talking about it. You gotta stop giving power to the past and to the things that led you to where you are today, because you're alive, meaning you were stronger than anything or anyone that tried to harm you or that tried to negatively affect your life. So you are here and you are strong. That's it. You can think about your past. You can do any like, I don't fucking know the name of them, of those therapies, but you can do any therapy you want, but on top of the basic actions that we talked about, you know, food, nature, exercise, and laughing. You gotta laugh more, and you gotta spend way less time scrolling. Matter of fact, you would benefit from not scrolling. You would have way more time, because if you scroll and the rest of the time you talk about your problems, your life is probably not happening the way you would like it to be. So you gotta take actions. You just gotta take actions, and you gotta take them now. You gotta take them now. It's right now. All the solutions to your problem, every single solution to your problem is Like fucking hell. We live in a very exciting time in life, you know, where there is this belief that life is expensive and everything is expensive. But the reality is, I don't think we've ever had, I mean, I'm certain that we've never had as much free knowledge as right now, as much opportunities to make money while having nothing in your bank account. It is a very exciting and amazing time we live in right now. Very, very. You just have to be curious, and you gotta manage your time. You gotta you gotta understand what your priorities are, and you gotta go for it. You just gotta go for it. You gotta take the actions, and it's super simple. It is super simple, guys. It's almost stupid. Everyone is selling you expensive therapies and treatments and months and months long, years long programs to follow and get you more dependent on new drugs. And let's put it this way: if the solution to your problems wasn't available 500 years ago, it's not the right solution, because we've been here for hundreds of thousands of years, not having the society we have today. So all those new solutions to your problems are just not good solutions. They're just not. Whoa, 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 whoa. Laptop fell. Oh, I completely got destroyed. No, it's just protection. But anyway, we're reaching the end of this podcast. My coffee is almost done, so I will leave it to that. I will be back very soon. Stay primal, stay beautiful. Bye.